while times are hard in the UK. Here's my video on how to roll a cigarette. I hope it helps you out and saves you a bit of cash along the way, because we all need to. I'll be showing you the way I roll it, and there's so many different ways people can roll a cigarette, and I certainly don't confess to being the best. But please make a note of what I do, and hopefully it's going to help you save a bit of cash. Just as a case example, you can probably spend in the UK £6, £5.5, £6, £6 on a packet of 20 cigarettes. You packet of Marlboro, Benson and Hedges, something like that. And that's going to be equivalent at the moment, I think, to about $12, $10, $12. Anyway, it's a lot of money in the UK to be smoking, or drinking, or living, or eating, or owning your own house, or doing anything. So anyway, if you've got a packet of cigarettes that's about £6, by learning how to roll your own and getting down to a relative size that is good for you, the amount of tobacco you actually put in, then you can be saving yourself and spending that £6 on a packet of tobacco, which instead of 20 cigarettes lasting you a day, 2 days, depends how heavy you smoke. A packet of rolling tobacco could last you a week, or 3-4 days, depending how much you smoke. So for all you people that don't roll your own cigarettes, or you want to find out how, here's your video. So here we are, rolling tobacco, making your own cigarettes. Now, for obviously the things you will need to roll a cigarette are such things like rolling paper. Now, most rolling papers are exactly identical in design. Nothing really much to say about them. These particular ones have corners cut out, and basically they're all going to have a crease along the middle. Some you will get which are longer than others. So for example, as you can see, it's a little bit bigger for other reasons, but particularly this is what we're going to be using. So the next thing that I always like to get out ready for us to do our rolled cigarette would be filter. Now, you can smoke without filters. I don't particularly like it. I like to have a filter, and it makes it a bit easier to roll. Gives you an idea of the thickness you're going to be making the cigarette. So you literally just take the filter and pop it on the skin, ready. Now some people do this afterwards, but it's trickier, so I would suggest doing it this way. Now, to make things a bit easier when you're actually rolling the tobacco in, I think it's probably a good idea to use the actual the case that the paper came in. So as you can see, we've got a bit of a dip, which will help you actually look after the skin and the paper anyway. So we'll just stick that in there. So you've got yourself your filter in your paper, sat there ready for tobacco. Now, this is your tobacco. It comes in a packet. If you can see that in there, it's pretty normal stuff. Just get some out for you to see. Let's move that out of the way. Now, most tobacco is going to look like that, and this stuff is good. It's what the kind of stuff you'd want anyway. It's not too moist, it's not too dry, it's not too packed in together. That's how you want it. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of the tobacco and we're going to pop it in there. Now make sure you just put the tobacco in to the right kind of thickness you want, but don't make it too tight. If you make it too tight, it's not gonna, you're not gonna be able to smoke it properly. So we'll just pop it in there and making it so you've got a little bit of a gap this side because when you roll it's going to start moving the tobacco outwards, and if you haven't got enough room then it's just going to spill out. Now that's quite a neat tobacco fill in there. So now we've got the actual rolling part, and this is the part that gets most people. This is the part that makes people buy cigarettes. So what we're going to do first, we always have to remember to roll the paper, not the tobacco. If you roll the tobacco you're going to make it too tight and it's not going to be able to smoke properly. So here we go. So using the top, rolling the paper at the top, not the tobacco at the bottom, but the paper at the top. Roll it, roll it, roll it till you get it into a nice, you can feel it under your fingertips. It's turning into a nice sausage, and you can poke that in whenever you need to. So when we open that up now, can you see it's turned itself into pretty much a nice sausage, nice and neat, all inside there. So rolling the paper, and this is the part that people always get wrong. This is the part where it can go completely wrong. What you're trying to do now is you're trying to turn this skin inside underneath the other side of the skin. Now to do that, I can do it quite quickly, I've been doing it for years. But what we do is, what I want to do with my thumb is I want to roll the skin down. So my thumb's at the top point of that skin, you see? You see that? See what's happening there? The top skin is coming over. Now what I want to do is I want to bring it down and then pop my top finger over, and then with a bit of pressure roll back up again. That's the secret of rolling. If you can do that, you can roll a cigarette, and you can roll it anywhere you like. You can roll it walking, driving, anything. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the final bit. So it comes down, you see the fingers going over only slightly to poke it in, and when you think you've got it, you roll up until you have the gum side towards you, and you give that a lick, and then finish up. There you have it. Hope it's helpful. Until next time, you've been snared.